You know that feeling when you're really passionate about something? You just want to get closer, see it for real. For many, that passion involves horses, and the dream is visiting the farms where they live. But what happens when, say, a hit game makes everyone want to visit? That's kind of what we saw back in 2021 with Umamusume. Suddenly, there was this huge surge of interest in racehorse farms.
Right, a massive surge.
It really brought to light some challenges and maybe misunderstandings about these visits. So today, we're diving into the rules, the etiquette. Basically, how to visit a horse farm respectfully. We've got insights from someone who actually worked on a breeding farm.
That's me.
And we're looking at official guidelines, too, from Games.
Yeah, and it's important because what seems like, just common sense.
Yeah.
It often isn't enough. There are hidden risks, big ones.
Okay, let's unpack that. When you picture a horse farm, maybe you imagine something peaceful, idyllic, but you worked on one. Is that the reality?
Not quite. Not the whole picture, anyway.
Yeah.
Most farms, especially breeding farms, are intense workplaces, seriously demanding.
How so?
Well, the day starts early, like 5 a.m. early. Staff are up preparing feed, getting horses turned out into pastures. Then it's cleaning stalls, maintenance. It's constant. There's hardly any downtime.
Wow.
I actually remember this one time a fan showed up, totally well-meaning, right during feeding time. Even though they were considerate, it still flustered the staff because every minute is scheduled. You need focus.
And that's not just breeding farms. Riding clubs, too.
Oh, yeah. Riding clubs are just as busy, constantly checking horse condition, making sure everything's safe for riding. It never really stops.
So if a farm does let visitors in, it sounds like it's really out of generosity, not like it's part of their regular business.
Absolutely. It's a big favor, honestly. And beyond the schedule, there's something even more critical, something often overlooked. Biosecurity, disease risk.
Okay, this sounds really important. Tell us about that.
It's huge. You might, if allowed near the stables, be asked to disinfect your shoes, often with lime.
Lime, the white powder.
Yeah, it's a strong disinfectant. We have to minimize pathogen risk because even seemingly harmless bacteria brought in from outside could cause a broodmare, a pregnant horse, to miscarry.
Oh, wow. That's devastating.
It really is. And think about the cost. Raising a single foal, it's around 3 million yen, maybe 1 million for the stud fee, 2 million for all the care, feed, vet bills.
3 million yen per foal.
So imagine an outbreak causing, say, 5 mares to lose their foals. That's a 15 million yen loss, just like that. It could literally threaten the farm's survival.
That puts it in perspective.
Exactly. And that's why the rule is never feed the horses. Not even a carrot, not anything. It's just too easy to accidentally spread disease.
Okay, so disease is a massive hidden risk. What about just physical safety for people and the horses?
Right. Horses are sensitive creatures. They get spooked easily by strangers, unfamiliar noises, and mares with foals. They can be incredibly protective.
What can happen? I mean, beyond just getting scared.
Well, pinned ears are a warning sign. But a spooked or defensive horse might bite, and horse bites can be serious, leave permanent scars, or they might kick.
And a kick. That could be lethal for a person, couldn't it?
Absolutely. It can be fatal.
Oh.
But there's also a tragic risk for the horse itself. If it kicks out hard in fear or anger, it can actually break its own leg.
Oh, no.
And for a horse, a bad leg break, often, sadly, it means euthanasia. There's often no fixing it.
That's just awful.
Yeah.
It really drives home why you said visitors must be with staff. Always.
Always. For everyone's safety, yours and the horses.
So if someone does want to try and bill it, what's the right way? How do you even know if it's allowed?
Okay, the golden rule is always contact the Japan Racehorse Hometown Information Center first. They're the central point.
For Sato and Iho, right?
Exactly. They know which farms might be open to visitors, if you need an appointment, what the specific rules are. Don't contact the farms directly. Seriously, don't. It just takes up their valuable time.
Okay, information center first. Got it. And what about general rules if you do get permission? Games put out those 9 articles.
Yeah, they're really clear and important. Things like no wandering into stables or pastures without permission, keep your voice down, no loud noises, absolutely no touching the horses unless explicitly allowed by staff.
No camera flash, that makes sense. Could spook them.
Definitely. And again, worth repeating, no feeding them anything ever.
Are there any places maybe easier to visit, like walk-in options?
Well, there are a few places in Hokkaido, like Northern Horse Park or maybe Horse Shiri Riding Club, that sometimes have areas accessible without strict appointments. But And this is crucial. You have to check their official websites first. And even then, I'd still confirm with the information center.
Why confirm again?
Because policies change, sometimes faster than websites get updated. Always double check before you go.
That makes sense. So it's really about understanding the reality behind the passion.
Exactly, if we zoom out a bit. Horses are inherently fragile animals. They can seem perfectly healthy one day and then something happens. They're gone the next. Farms live with this reality every day, and they do everything possible to avoid any unnecessary risk.
So following these rules, it isn't just being polite. It's literally helping protect these animals and supporting the farms, ensuring they can maybe keep allowing some visits in the future.
Precisely. If rules are ignored, farms might just decide it's not worth the risk anymore and close their doors to all visitors permanently.
It really shows how our enthusiasm, if we're not careful and informed, could accidentally cause harm. It's a lesson, maybe, in humility, respecting not just the thing we love, but the whole complex world around it.
Well said.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How can we take that lesson, that need for respect, understanding the hidden realities, and apply it elsewhere, to other areas where our curiosity bumps up against things more delicate than they seem?